You are listening to the Kentucky X-Files Season 3 with your hosts Dennis Mays, Tyler Stewart, and Josh Gibbs. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also visit us at www.kyxfiles.com. And now, on to our show.
Welcome back, guys, to your Kentucky X-Files.
That's refreshing.
Was that a honey brown?
Refreshing. Yeah, it is.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a refreshing intro that deserves a refreshing brew.
Have they sponsored us yet?
God damn it, no.
Why have they not?
I don't know. I've talked so much shit. I thought. Oh yeah, I was supposed to stop eating my nachos. Sorry. I thought. For sure by now. Huh?
I learned my lesson on that one.
That shit was funny though. Because at first it was like, that won't be noticeable. And then when you listen to that episode back, there's I don't even remember what episode it was, but goddamn, it was funny.
You were doing a fucking interview.
It's a lot, you gotta come into your own. You gotta get good.
I'm sorry, my blood sugar was low. I needed some candy.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, I've tried reaching out to Honey Brown, and I told him, like, look, I might be one of your last biggest fans here. I made my decision, like, I was going to die on this hill. I was going to die on this ship floating around in the ocean of Honey Brown. And they never responded. So I figured they're playing hard to get.
All right. Well, let's shoot for Latrobe then. See if we can get Rolling Rock.
Yeah, I'm down.
I mean, we can make the ties, right?
Yeah.
Surely we can make a tie of some sort to the show.
Yeah, I mean, there has to be something.
They should make a Rolling Rock, like KYX Files brand.
That'd be cool.
Nice. As long as it's not an IPA.
I need to talk to these country boy guys too, because I mean that's Kentucky. You know what I mean?
Kentucky. Could probably talk to the one brewery that's right by us, by the gas station.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those dudes are pretty awesome. They're really nice.
I've never been there. I saw that they are selling their beer at the carryout, but I never. I wanted to. I was like, man, I want to try that.
About once a week, I'm up there picking up beer to take back to the warehouse that gets sent out. So it's pretty cool. Love that place. Yeah, somebody out there, some beer place. You gotta sponsor our show. Yeah, because I mean, we're out here putting the work in. We're drinking this stuff. You know what I mean?
What's that one that Barton starts with a B? They're
Braxton.
Braxton.
Yeah, Braxton.
Yeah, they're right down
good beers.
Newport.
Yeah. We had the garage beer, remember?
Yeah. Wooden Cask is down there too. If you guys have ever tried that one, that's very, very good stuff too.
This is the KYX beer hour.
You get us talking beers, it's over. I mean, yeah. We got on here originally to talk about weird stuff, which there's usually never a shortage. This week, a little bit of a shortage. We were talking about jumping on here and giving you guys a deep dive into Atlantis. And then we realized that there's so much that we have a little bit of homework that we got to do. So I think we're gonna push that one off one, kind of bullshit, talk about some of this other stuff that's coming up. And then I guess the next one are we gonna throw the Atlantis? Start that?
Let's not tell them exactly when it's going to happen.
Sometime.
In case we run into more issues with our homework. Mine,
there's a lot.
Was eaten.
Yeah,
by the dog man.
That's crazy, man. Probably as soon as he ate it, he turned into a bush.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I mean is good. Paper comes from trees.
Yeah.
Dog man eats your homework. Turns back into a tree.
Full circle. Full circle.
So
Full
no
circle.
one will ever believe you. That's the reason why the teacher doesn't believe. What, you're saying that Bush ate your homework? No, it was a dog man before.
10 minutes ago, it was a dog man. Put your camera down.
Yeah.
I today when I was working, I was thinking about kind of went pretty hard on the whole Sasquatch thing the last couple seasons, and when I was weighing it out, I was like, man, really went hard disproving stuff. You know what I mean? Like stuff getting thrown out there. Dude, there's some YouTubes and Facebook groups that are, I mean, come on, you guys are putting out horse shit, and you know it. You know it ain't real. You know you're faking people out. People want to believe. People are interested in this subject, And then I started doing some research on probabilities. Man, when looking for unknowns, probabilities are, that's kind of a science you have to get involved in a little bit. You have to know the probability of such. What's the probability of a large upright undiscovered ape everywhere in the world? Pretty low, to be honest. Pretty low. If you come at me saying that 29,000 sightings in a span of 5 years, if you're coming at me with that, your probability of it actually happening is slim to none. But if you came at me with 10 to 15 sightings in a span of 5 years, your probabilities start going way up. Because when dealing with a smaller population of maybe an animal that might be there, you start to gain a little bit of ground. So I would urge the listener and the researchers, make absolute sure what you're looking at before you present it. Make absolute sure. And if all else fails and you're still looking at something that you can't understand, submit that. Because the blob squatches, the circles, the shadows, pareidolia, it's not helping. It's just not going to help. But I have something for you that might give you a little hope. Maybe it gave me a little bit of hope, right? Scientists now believe that there is a living fossil of a humanoid creature living in the world right now as we speak. And the best part about this whole thing is that there's all kinds of places for it to live. But the evidence comes from one place. There is a small place called the island of Flores in Indonesia, right? Indonesia is a weird place because a lot of stuff that we thought was long gone seems to be popping up in Indonesia out of nowhere. And so is this. The discovery is an archaic human cousin, right? We're not descendant from it. It's not descendant from us. We're cousins. We shared a common ancestor somewhere back there. The common ancestor isn't around anymore. He sucked. He died out. But Homo florensis is what was left over there. And they're like a hobbit people. They're smaller humanoid uprights, whatever. Well, there's a professor of anthropology, University of Alberta, PhD Gregory Forth, and he believes that there's a few of these still alive over there. And all it's going to take is an actual effort to go and try to find them. And it's funny because these are fossilized remains, right? You have to dig to find them. They're not easy to find by any stretch of the word, right? And yet you have a local population that doesn't exactly, didn't really go hard into development of paleontology and archaeology, right? So they're a bit behind where other developed countries are in those fields. And I'm being very, very generous and nice about this. They're way behind. They were way behind. They're catching up. Okay, so you have tribes who are saying that they see small people every now and again. Camps, traveling parties of small people. They even have names for them, right? They don't really interact. The small ape people don't interact with the big people, right? Most recent sighting that really kicked it off was 1979. 1979, a local saw the thing. They just happened to be there. I can't remember the exact location. It was some kind of like road crossing or whatever. And they actually saw the thing running. And not only did he remark that it was super fast, it was super agile and fast, right? Which is kind of odd because we know from the skeleton, the skeletals that we've been able to look at, that this creature was a lot more agile than us. So what I'm proposing is this: is how does someone who's not educated in this put together details about an archaic, possibly extinct, maybe not humanoid, without ever connecting the two informations? He didn't look it up on the internet and say, "Oh, I'm going to go out there and tell people in 1979 that I saw this thing." Right? He comes out and says, "Yeah, we see those. We see those every now and again. Yeah, they're small, but they're fast." I think this is mind blowing, and I think this is the proper way to go into the field. This doctor, he's studying this, and he's putting together. He's basically putting together what will be kind of like a task force. To go in and try to figure out what or where we could get the best sighting. And even now, even under peer review, it is highly accepted that, okay, very possible. And the reason people say that is because, yes, we have a lot of the world under surveillance. We have cell phones everywhere, and that's great. If you want to go look for Homo florensis in New York City, great. Take your cell phones, take your cameras, great. I would say that you guys here in the state of Kentucky out there, go out, take your cell phone out, and look about 500 feet away and try to spot an animal. And when you do, zoom your camera all the way in on it and snap a picture and send it to me. All right. You see like a squirrel in a tree, or what do you call it? Like a falcon, about 500 feet away, maybe 400, whatever. Stop where you're doing. Just put your cell phone up there, zoom all the way in, and send that picture to me. And if it's blurry, I'm not going to believe you that the animal's actually there. You got to provide crystal clear evidence of the squirrel. What I'm getting at, I'm being a shit. All right. What I'm getting at is that there is limitations to what we can observe. We've never actually studied a hominid on this planet before, actively. We've never made it to some of these secluded islands. We've never made contact with some of these tribes that are a lot more primitive than us. So we've never sat there and we've never actually sat there and actively observed what a different species of humanoid could be like, or what kind of habits they use. But I think that this is a field that could be highly helpful for the Sasquatch researchers, the legit ones, the ones that actually are trying. I'll say that. So yeah, sorry to go on a rant there, guys, but this has been something that I thought it was really, really cool. And they got a couple artist renderings here that'll show you, like, here you look at him, look at that little fella. He looks wise. You know, like he's seen some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he's still optimistic. I like it. Here's another one here. I guess these are like 3D renderings that they did of what they think they look like. You know what I mean? See, like to me, that's not so unbelievable. You know, you got
Right.
chimpanzees going into their own stone age right now.
Yeah.
So I'm on board with this. I think this is pretty cool.
And you know, I put one up here for you too, and it's this one right here,
Yeah.
and it's showing the height comparison to a modern human.
Yeah.
It's really not that, you know, much to
No,
draw out that
Yeah.
it would be possible, you know.
I don't think it's that crazy.
Right.
I really don't.
No. That to me seems more probable than Sasquatch.
Yeah.
It really does. You know, I love the idea of Sasquatch. I always have.
Yeah.
You know, it's my spirit animal. You know, he's blurry in pictures and doesn't want to be bothered. You know, that's great. You know,
Well,
but when you're talking, and every time you hear it, the further time goes on, the bigger they get. You know, Sasquatch used to be a 7-foot creature.
I was just about to say that have you noticed the farther back you go, the shorter they get?
Yeah.
You know, like around 7, just under 7, down to 6 foot.
Yeah.
You know?
Now there's, you know, reports of 9, 10, 11 foot tall, 12 foot tall. And
Yeah, I've heard some doozies.
And the problem
I mean?
with all that is if you look at just creatures in general, the primates or anything that's bipedal, there's a certain point in which the bone structure stops being able to support. You know?
Yeah.
And we've actually discussed Homo florensis on the show before. I don't know if you remember that or not.
Yeah.
We discussed that one, and I brought up a counterpoint. If I can get my folks, don't send $1,000 to the show. Send me a new keyboard.
You got to be careful with that kind of talk, or censor makes sensory. You know, might censor us. Yeah.
Right. So, he got us. I like how fast he can get both.
He's
of us
getting fast at it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Probably handy, to be honest.
Right. So the opposite of that would be Meganthropus.
Yeah.
As far as the opposite of Homo florensis, and Meganthropus was huge. You know, there was a, you know, let's see if I can find one here. I think they were like 8 feet tall.
They're pretty damn big. I got one picture here. It's a sketch. Let's see if it'll work. Nope, it won't work. Damn it. This is the only downside, you know, just trying to get these pictures.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, snagging the pictures for the show gets to be entertaining.
Yeah, because it's like everybody's like guarding these pictures with their life.
Yeah. Okay. I think this is the picture. Yeah.
Did you get one?
I see if I can save this one here. I think I can.
All right.
See if I can add it in here. I feel like so unprepared for this. Yeah, here we go. All right, so this is Meganthropus.
Nice.
You know, that's a mountain of
That's
a creature.
That's a big old dude.
Yeah. And to me, this has always been and will always be what Sasquatch comes from.
Yeah.
To me, this is where all the stories go. You know, so they lived alongside modern man.
That could
So,
be like, yeah, we talked about that with the, what was that one, the giant of
Kandahar?
Kandahar, yeah. So yeah, like the military operation or the mission where they came across a giant man in a cave.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll lean more to that. Like this, like yeah, like the species itself is like it's not as prominent as many people are saying it is, and but we keep saying too, even if it was like what I can't get I can't grasp my mind around in the whole Sasquatch community and all like just like the whole idea of Sasquatch is even if it is like the small sightings or like not that many are there, but they do evade and they show tactics in a way like so like if like out of 100 stories they still have the same kind of like some kind of characteristics of them showing some type of like thought process like reasoning skills. So I don't believe me personally if I'm going to throw my head into the ring of Sasquatch, it is not an animal. It is far from being an animal. It is an intelligent, far intelligent creature as like us. If it's like I want to say it's like right below us, if you could say that, if not right beside us.
Well, I
I don't
mean,
think it's an animal at all.
that's not far fetched to think of as far as that goes, because aren't we like 99.99% copy DNA, like strand for chimpanzees or orangutans?
Um, yeah.
And that like 0.1% is the difference between primates and written language.
Yeah,
No.
we're 99%. It says here, let's see here. Directly compared between the two genomes is an almost 99% identical. When DNA insertions and deletions are taken into account, humans and chimpanzees still share 96% sequence identity, which is that's half of 100 in my book. You know what I mean? That's a lot. That's
way
enough.
more than half.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yes. Even if you're talking the margin of error, there's 4%. That 4% difference is what separates voice language and written language.
Yeah.
From the primates. That's the use of tools they still have.
Yeah.
Their tools may not be as complex as ours, but they are using tools.
Yeah, they're not
There's
like a Sasquatch is not using a CNC machine outside on the wilderness or anything of that nature.
there
You
should be a
don't know.
disclaimer
Don't judge.
put
Yeah.
here for the listeners, for the viewers out there, that when we compare DNAs between chimps and ourselves, this gets into be a little bit of a messy science, okay? Because by any accounts, it's like we share a lot of DNA with almost every mammal on Earth, and some stuff that you would never expect. Like if you have a minute when you're at lunch or whatever, check out how much DNA we share with lettuce.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna find some interesting stuff there. So, homologous DNA and then sequence DNA, it is all about how it's put together. You know what I mean? So it's not really a blanket thing you can use when you say like we're comparing DNA within hominids and chimps right now, and that's pretty much it. So I didn't want anybody out there to be like, well, we share DNA with a fungus from West Virginia.
Yeah, which we do.
I'd be like, great.
Actually, fungus are one of our closest living relatives, believe it or not. And there's a reason why people call it dirt steak.
I've always said we're a bunch of fun guys.
Yeah, right.
Woo!
But that's why mushrooms kind of have that meaty flavor, that meaty texture, is because they're really close to us.
I mean, it makes sense.
No, I don't want to eat mushrooms. That just
Oh,
That's
Sauteed.
disgusting.
Oh
Mm.
yeah, I'm not sure.
No,
so
I
good.
like mushrooms. Don't get me wrong. I like mushrooms, but the way you make it sounds like they're so close to us, it's like cannibalism almost.
Yeah, but Tyler, if you tasted that good sauteed, this would be a 2-man show.
You do not touch my meats. Hand meats.
Hey, I'm just saying, guys. Like, if we're ever on an airplane trip and we crash in the mountains,
No, I'm not.
eat my
No.
ass.
Nope.
Just that probably came out wrong, but
Well,
you know what I
okay.
mean, for survival.
But you and I are Gen X, so it's different. Tyler's a millennial. That means something completely different to him.
So it doesn't mean crash landing on a mountain in an airplane and eating my butt to survive.
Nope.
God, you poor listeners out there. I'm so sorry. He had to witness this. But I feel like that, that's I'm sorry. But yeah, I mean, back to point. I see what you're saying, like Meganthropus, right? I know there's still a camp that argues on the height of it,
Right.
but I mean, dude, he wasn't like a 6 foot, creature walking around with a freaking head this big. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, I don't believe he was that tall. So what do you think he did with this watermelon of a head?
Right.
Did he just hold it?
Yeah.
Hey guys, I was I was out there. I was gonna hunt some birds, and my head hit a branch, and it broke part of the tree off, and scared them all away. So I don't know how we're gonna survive, guys. Shit. I really wish we had something to hold these giant heads up. Like, come on, man, he was big.
Right.
They said they weren't quite as big as the Gigantopithecus, but they were big enough.
Well, the thing though is the Gigantopithecus wasn't an upright walk around creature like they keep depicting in the pictures. He's a cousin of the orangutan.
Yeah.
So there's like a huge probability that he was a knuckle walker. He was down low.
Probably like prairie dogged every now and again.
Yeah, he might have stood up occasionally,
Yeah,
but if he was that closely related to an orangutan, he's not going to walk around upright. They don't even walk around upright that much.
Yeah.
For the most part, they're ground dwellers. It was just an enormous ground dweller, whereas Meganthropus was bipedal and walked around upright.
Yeah. Yeah, there's evidence of tool use, which is an inconsistency as far as the Bigfoot thing, because I have never heard a story yet of a Bigfoot using a weapon or tool.
Except for that one movie.
Yeah. That movie was awesome.
That movie was awesome. Disturbing.
Little bit disturbing, but that was
disturbing.
Badass. What was it called?
It was
Primal Rage or Primal Fear?
Yeah. Primal Fear, I think.
Was it? Yeah.
I think it was Primal Fear.
That movie was
no,
awesome.
Primal Fear. I thought that was another movie. It's whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It was good though. It was basically the Predator, but it was Bigfoot instead of the Predator.
Yeah.
So it was awesome.
Yeah.
Predator was Bigfoot.
But yeah, I just haven't heard a whole lot of stories about a Bigfoot with a weapon. I mean,
yeah.
But
then that goes to shit. Like, then that kind of contradicts what I just said. If this is an intelligent creature, why wouldn't it use tools? It knows that we use tools. Why wouldn't it?
In all honesty, like, I've tried to sit there and put my mind into the mind state of why wouldn't I use tools if I lived in, basically if I lived wild. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't I use a spear? Why wouldn't I use a tool? Blah blah blah. And even if you had enormous strength, I mean, yes, I believe if there is an upright ape that big, he probably can grab a deer and snap its neck. But why not put all that force behind a spear point? I mean, less energy.
He could probably kill a lot more because he's not expelling too much energy on snapping that one deer's neck. He's using little bits of energy to kill that one.
And we're assuming that it would catch everyone at chase too.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen in nature. Predators
Right.
don't get every prey they go after.
Yeah.
And that's why they're choosy, because if they spend all this energy and don't actually catch it, then they're way worse off.
Yeah. And that's the other thing, dude. Look at the size of the descriptive size, right?
Mhm.
Every Bigfoot gets every deer. Because if you don't, you're not getting that goddamn big. I'm sorry. If you're living in the wild, I mean, just being out there, you're expending calories. Just staying warm.
Yeah.
Or staying cool. Or, they walk a lot. I mean, you've seen Patty's butt. She walked a lot.
The glutes.
Them glutes. Right?
Mm.
Keep on going. I'm just saying.
She's got a dump truck.
Crash landing in the side of a mountain. Right? So you're expending calories constantly, which means that you're successful with every single kill. You're not getting that many calories from fucking walnuts. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we could sit here and we could look up. I mean, if you're, how much would you estimate? 800 pounds?
All right. Yeah. I'll go with that.
I'd say
How many calories to maintain weight at 800 pounds?
Probably like 20,000, 30,000.
Let's see here. This actually, I can go up to 500 pounds on this.
All right. That's fair. I mean, that seems more like a more realistic weight anyways.
I'm putting 8 foot as my height. I'm going to put 30 years old as the age. And activity level is going to be extreme.
Through the roof.
Yeah. So let's see. You need 4,200 calories just to, oh, my bad. Sorry. Wrong thing. Daily caloric need is 7,981 calories. Now, how many walnuts is that?
We got a new measurement.
I like that. I'm not doing the math on this one. This is nice.
Okay. 1 cup is 523 calories. There's no way. So how many's in a cup? Yeah. What's one walnut? Okay, here we go. 13 calories. Dude, this would be the worst life. Well, what was my calories that I needed?
7,000.
7,000.
Okay.
I was way off on my count.
Let's see here. Let's just 7,000 divided by 13. So every day you have to find 538 walnuts. Dude, that would suck.
Yeah.
Is that why Bigfoot doesn't, I mean, if he finds a big ass walnut tree or a grove of them, you know what I mean? Sure. Or let's see, how many calories in a deer? So that's 34 calories per 28 grams of serving. So
how many grams are in a serving?
what's the average weight of a deer? Because you got in 1 pound of deer meat, you got 544 calories.
I mean, field dressed 130 pounds, 120, somewhere in that ballpark, I believe.
All right, so I'm gonna go off of that. I'm gonna use 100.
It's been so long. I'm gonna look it up because I know there's gonna be deer hunters that are absolutely flogging me right now. Keep in mind, not a deer hunter. I fish.
Yeah. So we're looking at 13,000 calories. So 1 deer would be enough to keep it going for 2 days. Throw in some walnuts, you'll gain a little bit of weight. Maybe the occasional rabbit. I don't know. I mean, but yeah, if it consumes a deer at an average of 100 pounds, it'll
Okay.
get enough
was-
to go for a couple days.
Okay, I was actually spot on. All right, so a deer's live weight, if it's 175 pounds, field dress is gonna be 130.
Okay.
So-
I estimated low too, so yeah. So I guess but it still doesn't solve the problem. Does it every single kill? Where if not, then are they killing a bunch and storing them somewhere? That kind of goes against the whole, what do you call it? Because so far as we know, Bigfoots don't really have houses and fridges, cold storage. No. Has anyone ever walked through the woods and was like, oh look, there's all these like jerky deer hanging everywhere. I must be in Bigfoot country. You know what I mean?
Well, not only that, I mean, obviously, if it's eating deer, it's not going to eat the entire deer.
Right. Right.
And that's another thing too, is that it's always depicted that they're kind of a family-oriented group. So
Yeah.
they would have to find a lot of deer. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of deer out there.
Sure.
But like Denny was saying, are they batting 1,000 here? They just killing it.
I'm just saying that it's.
No pun intended.
I'm not gonna sit here definitively say because I don't know, but I can't get behind the idea that there's a lot of them if they're out there. If they're out there, I think they're few and far between, because if they live in these family groups that I hear about, well, it's for adults, you're looking at 6,000 to 7,000 calories a day per member. I imagine if there's little Smallfoots in the family, then you maybe have that. I don't know. So you're literally going to have to kill multiple deer every other day. I don't know. I just, the numbers don't work for me. It just doesn't work.
But in a way, that kind of that works for me. It gets I understand why the male of the group is like kind of ornery. Every time when you have an encounter with them, he's kind of pissed off. He's trying to bluff charge you. He's probably like, just, dude, I just chased down fucking 16 deer. I'm want to go chill in my cave here. So can you fuck off right now?
I swear to God, I'll throw a rock at you.
Yeah. This guy wants me to throw a rock at him. I'm going to fucking throw a rock. Why are they cheering for this? God, I can't deal with you guys. You freaking stupid, hairless motherfuckers. Shit.
Did you ever think, too, that a Bigfoot, he's out there in the middle of the woods, and he's like, God damn, I just had a hell of a hunting day, man. I got 2 deer today. That's gonna do us good for a couple days. And he lays down, puts his head up against a tree, and he's like closing his eyes. He's letting his eyelids get heavy, and he's gonna slip into Sam Squanch dreams, dream about endless walnuts and endless deer meat. And then some dickhead on the other side of the mountain starts banging on a tree, and he's like,
These dickheads.
Larry, they're banging on a tree over there again. And Larry's over there like, I know, man. Just ignore them. They'll go away. They think everything is us. Just saying, man.
I don't understand why they
Just in
hit
case I'm
trees
wrong.
for.
Just in case I'm wrong and Sasquatch really is out there. Stop banging on trees, man. He's probably trying to get some rest. Got to chase deer down multiple times a day.
He doesn't have time to deal with your bullshit.
That's it. That should be the name of this episode. Sasquatch doesn't have time for your bullshit. I don't know, guys. It's sorry for getting on a giant rant on this. I'm sorry, but I'm just saying the math doesn't work out for me, and It works really good for the little hobbit Bigfoot, though.
Yeah.
That same deer is like 2.5 weeks of food.
But
You
with
probably
that
can't kill it.
yeah, he wouldn't be able to.
They're
He would
riding it.
probably. He would have to kill.
Oh,
He
but
would
wait.
have to use use
Well,
tools.
But wait. We're
There's
forgetting
more.
something, gentlemen. American deer aren't the same deer as the Pacific Island deers.
Oh.
So the deer over there are a lot smaller. By like a lot.
That would suck if the calorie worked out the ratio like perfectly, where the little fella has to hunt constantly also. But see, there's a lot of evidence supporting Homo florensis being more of a tool maker and a lot more industrious, though. So if someone said like, oh yeah, they hunt, but they actually like cook the meat or whatever, you know what I mean? I could probably be like, okay, I can forgive this.
I never understood that too. What made us start cooking our meat?
I don't know. I mean,
Easier to eat.
Maybe that's the same thing that they did. They cooked it because it's easier to eat.
I wonder who the first caveman was that made a well done steak.
I don't
if
know.
The other cavemen were like,
yeah, like they just beat him for it.
Yeah, they were like, "What are you doing?
You putting S&P on that?"
S&P is a choice for me. So check this out. Here's an area of Indonesia where, look at that. That's gorgeous, isn't it?
I'd live there.
Can you see little hobbit people just moseying around, and
Sam and Frodo going up the mountain?
It looks like a plane crash up there on that mountainside. That's probably where if that's where we crash, that's be where you guys would have to eat my ass to survive.
Yeah.
You guys aren't going to believe this shit.
What?
But in Indonesia, they have a thing called a mouse deer.
Damn it.
I'm just saying this is oh, that's not gonna let me save it. All right. So I can get a different picture. This is so ridiculous. There's no reason for this thing to exist.
Oh my god, yeah.
I'm trying to find a picture that I can steal for the show, but I can't. I'm just gonna have to send it to the chat.
Yeah, I got it.
You got one snagged up?
I think I can, yeah. Yeah.
This is absurd.
Yeah. I purposefully haven't looked because I want to see this thing. I want to see what you guys put up.
This
Hopefully
one's got a
it's-
watermark. Maybe I can do. Oh, that ain't gonna let me do it.
It's uploading. Just taking 10 years.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Mouse deer.
That is an unfortunate animal. Does it really have giant black eyes?
I guess so.
Do all the pictures look like that?
Yeah, for the most part.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait. There's a video of a...
Oh my god. Well, I got bad news for Homo forensis. I'm uploading it right now. Unfortunately, yes, he's going to be hunting those constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're about the size of a, like, I want to say like a small dog, like
I was gonna say yeah, like a Chihuahua.
I want to say a little bit bigger than a Chihuahua.
I don't know.
They have
There's hunting comparisons. If you type in mouse deer comparison, you'll see pictures of guys holding them It's ridiculous, but
Yeah.
they're like little chihuahuas. I found that on just pure
Yeah, and they do
accident.
have big
Wow.
black eyes.
Have you guys seen the giant like teeth they have?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
they
know.
have like really big like fang teeth.
They kind of look like tusks, like off of a boar.
Yeah.
Weird. That is a
Right.
weird creature that they've got over there.
What an unfortunate animal.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Well, there you go. So the Homo florensis is just hunting tiny deer.
Constantly.
Yeah. They got their tiny little deer stands.
So check this out. Here's a size comparison of like almost every deer in the world. Isn't that awesome?
Look at that fella in the middle there.
Yeah.
Is that the prehistoric one?
I think so. It doesn't say it, but I feel like that's the big old what do you call it? Oh God, blanking out here. Megaceros. You got the big the antler horse all the way to the left there,
Yeah.
and he's bigger than that, and we know that that's not a thing. Well, now you know what I mean. But that little bitty guy right there,
No, far
underneath
left.
yeah, isn't that awesome? That's that poor fella. Like, no wonder there were like tiny little people. You know, could you imagine him like dragging in this like tiny little deer over his shoulder, and it's got like this huge like antler set on it, and he's like all proud, and it's like that's the size of a house cat, bro.
I'm just imagining like these tiny little people in Indonesia putting out like a bottle cap of corn,
And like 30 of them come out to eat it.
and they're getting up on their little tiny deer stand with their tiny bow and arrow.
Dude, you know what? I
kinda
would
like
be a king amongst these guys because I would put out a giant mouse wheel
Mm.
and it just let them start running in it, and then you just shoot them with your tiny little bow and arrow. You know.
It'd be they kind of remind me. Well, they don't remind me of, but the puckwudgies. Remember those
Puckwudgies. Yep.
puckwudgies? The little kind of they're kind of I want to say they are actually depicted like a lot smaller than what you think, like even smaller than if you would say a hobbit
Yeah.
size. They're like gnome size, if you will.
Yeah.
Like probably like the I want to say smaller than like the guy who played Mini Me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And like they had like this like mohawk that like they depicted it as like having a mohawk going down their back. It's like, and they said that the thing says that they use poisonous tipped arrows. All you guys like it is like toothpicks.
Oh,
Eh,
they're going numb. Yeah.
20 darts are too much.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty wild. What else we got, guys? We got anything else weird to talk about today?
I have that little story that I found. What do you got, Tyler?
I had something weird that I kind of wanted to go into, but I don't know if you guys had like it's something that it's weird, but it ties into something that we've talked about before on the show.
Oh.
It's actually off the. I don't know if you guys really like feel like this is a very concrete site, but it's the MUFON website, and there was a like something in the sky over Pittsburgh on the New Year's, and apparently there was a sonic boom that happened on the 1st of of this year. And come to find out, it was and even NASA corroborated this. A meteor was breaking up over. It
Did hear about this? Yeah.
It said it was estimated energy of 30 tons of TNT. So
Holy
there was
shit.
and they
That's a
said that
lot.
there was an infrasound a nearby infrasound station records the blast wave from a meteor as it was breaking apart. The data entitles the estimate of of it like being 30 tons of TNT. So
Jeez.
I've never took the time, but I wanted to know like the Seneca guns. Like meteors do hit the like come into Earth's atmosphere relatively frequently. Like they go from golf ball size to actual the size of like Volkswagens, I've heard. And this happens very frequently. It's a very common thing to happen around here because I know there's a lot of meteor uh what are they like not miners but searchers. They have like go out in certain areas where they've heard where these meteors have like supposedly landed or broken up over, and they'll go out there with metal detectors because meteorite is expensive.
Oh yeah.
I never I wanted to think like to see if we can kind of dig a little deeper about like the Seneca guns and all these other weird booms and things happening. If
Yeah.
there could have been a meteor or meteors happening commonly over these areas that have those certain things where a random boom happens to that shape. Like, because we had that not too like probably like a year or so ago, where somewhere in the like I want to say Eastern Kentucky, that they said that there was a huge boom, and there was multiple reports saying that, and it shook their house. Like it actually felt like they said it was like an earthquake. There was a boom and then an earthquake. Somebody said that it sounded like somebody was shooting like a tank was shooting a round off around their house. So that was something that I kind of wanted to throw that out to you guys if you think that's plausible or not.
I saw a video recently where it was somebody's porch camera recording, and a meteor, I guess, hit something. It was actually like a decent chunk. It smashed and hit something, and the sonic boom that it sent out, dude, it shook like everything. So it was, I mean, I'd like to dig into that too. That's pretty interesting to
Yeah.
see if those two things cooperate. Yeah,
And it's a great opportunity to see if we can get Jake back on too.
that'd be awesome. Yeah,
He's our closest Seneca gun expert.
yeah. I'd definitely like to get him on here soon and see what he thinks about that.
And that's
Maybe I
another
could
thing,
actually
too.
download some videos of some of these, and we could play them for him on here and
Mhm.
see what
See
he.
if it sounds.
Yeah,
Yeah, and this would I need to get with him, see if he's got the ability to hop on StreamYard with us.
yeah, that'd be cool.
He should be able to. You just send a link.
Yeah, well,
Like-
he did Discord with us, but I don't know. He did it on his phone, and it was kind of clunky.
I know you can still join up with us on a phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we were on a show with our best friend Brian over there at Sasquatch Odyssey,
That's true.
and
Yeah.
he had a friend that was on a phone.
Yep.
He
That
was
is
actually
true.
driving home or something. I thought it was
Yeah, I remember
funny.
that.
Yeah, he had his
Wore,
phone right in his cup
seatbelts.
holder.
Seatbelts. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
So what was
I
the thing that you had, Josh?
yeah,
I think you started, but then you coerced
I
Tyler into
interrupted.
telling his stuff.
Yeah,
and then,
I
Right.
interrupted.
Well, I
That's
wasn't.
okay.
I wasn't.
I'll mute myself.
No, it was, he disappeared. All right. So now, oh wait, he's back.
What?
So mine, I don't know
I'm
if we
gonna
can wrap
mute
it
you
up in
guys.
10 minutes or so, but we can give her hell. Apparently in 2018, there was a bat style humanoid cryptid sighting
Oh yeah, that's
in
right.
Kentucky.
Jeepers Creepers.
Right. Yeah, it's
Love that.
eerily similar. So I'll attempt to read this. My reading on command is not the best, but I'll give it a shot. So the summer, July to August of 2018 is when this supposedly happened, right? And it says, and these are quotes, I'm reading the direct quote from this page here. My 17-year-old son Ryder and my friend Heather were walking to town from our house on William Whitley Road in Stanford, Kentucky. It was around 1:30 a.m. in either July or August of 2018. They had made it to the end of the road, which is about a quarter mile from our house, when they heard a commotion in the cornfield that runs the length of half of our road on the opposite side of our house and ends at the end of the road. Ryder turned to see a humanoid figure come running very fast out of the cornfield, then take flight with huge, thin-looking wings. He said he could hear its huge wings flapping as he watched it, and it landed on top of the T-post of the last electric pole at the end of the road. He grabbed Heather's arm and told her to turn around and look at it. She was already in tears and didn't want to turn around to see it, although she heard exactly what he did. But he told her there was no way he was going to be the only one to see it. So as he got her to turn around and look, it went from a standing position on two legs to crouching position on top of the post and folded its wings into itself and just crouched there silently watching them. They both said it looked as though, when standing, it stood about 7 feet tall, had very thick-looking legs and body. But as they were about 1,000 to 1,500 feet away and it was dark, they couldn't make out any facial features, except that its skin looked like a dark gray color. Not knowing what to do, and definitely not wanting to turn around and come back home because they would have to move in the direction the creature was in, they had no other option but to turn their backs to the creature and continue towards town. They stood staring at it and it at them for about 2 to 3 minutes, trying to decide what to do before they started walking back toward town. They said the thing never moved. It just sat crouched on the pole, watching them until they were finally out of sight. The whole time, my son kept looking back to make sure it wasn't coming toward them. Heather was too afraid to turn back.
I mean, it straight up sounds like either Mothman or Jeepers Creepers.
Where was that again?
Stanford, Kentucky, which is a repeating town on our show.
No, I meant the actual location. Where did they say what road?
William Whitley Road.
I'm just saying that because Stanford is our most famous UFO abduction, where the 3 ladies lost time and were
yeah, I remember that,
abducted. So
I just did a search for unnatural creatures in Kentucky, and this is basically all that would come up.
Oh my God!
So
is that like part human, part snapping turtle?
Whoa! Oh my God!
I don't know what this is, but if you see it, you look at it, I don't know what to make of this. This is an unnatural creature.
All right. I haven't ate dinner yet. I'm
sorry for that, guys. I'm your buddy.
No, you're not. Mitch McConnell.
Vote for Mitch. I'm your buddy. Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
He's laid up in the hospital right now.
Yeah, he fell.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I figured that his elasticity would save him.
Are you saying because he's his bones are made of rubber now? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Probably was flying around fields and fell is what happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Apparently there's been a lot of bat-like humanoid creatures that have been sighted recently in the United States.
So this has been happening a lot?
Apparently, that's what this article is saying, that this isn't the first time. I am curious how closely this coincides with the Jeepers Creepers movies that were released.
That would be interesting to figure out.
I'm going to look it up right now because why not, right?
Yeah, why not? Jeepers Creepers, I'm your buddy. Sorry. You guys out there watching this, I'm sorry.
I wish that my keyboard would work. Send me one in the mail. Well, mine has decided to quit. There it goes. I think it's time for batteries.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here.
As soon as I heard bat creature flying around, I mean, my mind automatically went to Mothman stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. So, all right. What was my dates here? It was July or August of 2018, and September of 2017, there was Jeepers Creepers 3 was released. And it aired in theaters until 9/26/2017, so a full year ahead of that. And then Jeepers Creepers Reborn came out a year after the thing. So basically, it went Jeepers Creepers 3, this sighting, and then Jeepers Creepers Reborn.
Terrible movies. First one all the way, just
Yeah.
as long. Second one was okay. Third and the Reborn one sucked.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a little biased because it was my favorite horror movie character.
Yeah. But I don't know.
But yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Definitely like to dig some more into that.
Yeah. And it's
maybe
close.
flesh it out.
This isn't
I
too
would-
far away. I'd love to
I
see
really-
if these
I'm
people
just-
know somebody that listens to us,
Yeah.
I want to go down there.
You want to
Like,
find
'cause
the bad creature?
Yeah. Here, hold on a second. This is the road. You said William Whitley Road?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. I'll give you my screenshot.
Okay.
Do.
Everybody.
Everybody.
I got to get rid of that or I'm going to keep doing it.
Yep.
There we go.
At least it's
Gone.
not Esteban.
Mitch is gone. Yeah.
It's Esteban.
Hello, I'm
Vote for
Esteban.
Esteban.
Yeah, I trust Esteban over McConnell. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Esteban just wants me to buy his guitars.
Terry Crew is running. He's got the his what the hell's the name of that show? Idiocracy character. He's promoting running for president in 2024. Comancho.
Awesome.
Oh, Ted Cruz?
No, Terry Crew.
Terry Crews. Terry
Yeah.
Crew? Yeah.
Oh, God.
Crew. Yeah.
Wasn't it like,
Yeah.
wasn't his name like Mountain Dew or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mountain Dew, Camacho. Yeah.
Yeah. He was seen riding in the back of this big ass Jeep with Camacho for president on the side of it, doing crotch thrusts. It's
Dude,
amazing.
That movie, I still will stand by this, is that movie was the most prophetic horror movie of our time.
It was supposed to be a comedy, not
Yes.
a documentary.
Yes.
I can't say
It's-
it's a documentary, but it's saying that
Terrible.
like there's a lot that I feel like it's saying that we survived. I don't think with the technology it's going, I don't think we will.
All right, let's look at your screenshot there, Tyler.
Okay. There we go.
All right, so there's the road, and it looks like there's the cornfield at the end of it.
Okay.
You can actually see that cornfield down there. Interesting.
Yeah, is it like it just makes a right angle, and it's by a house state historical site.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it even talks about that. It's the William Whitley State Historic House and Park. So they were walking towards that town on the right-hand side of the screen.
So they were
Yeah.
walking downward.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that happened up there pretty close to where that state park thing is. That looks like a cornfield right there at the end of the road. Very interesting.
Yeah, it's too cool. I say, yeah, we should definitely dig more into this, see if we can find out any more details and maybe try to get in touch with somebody. I'd like to talk to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool. But guys, we're hitting an hour right now. Do you want to?
Yeah. Let's give them back to the bait.
I didn't know where you were going with that. You were like,
So if anybody out there knows Ryder or Heather, let's hook them up with us. Tell them to listen and see if they want to get on here. Yeah, we want you on the show.
Absolutely. Definitely like to hear everything about it in detail.
I love that we still do this.
Yeah, well, we have the X phone now.
Yeah.
No, I meant like we do this. But if you ask any like Gen Z,
Yeah.
it's this.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't like that because it's like I'm listening to a seashell.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, it
magic
doesn't-
conch.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah, the
asking the
magic
magic conch. This is like, because this is either this, and it's like if we talk later, it's tubular. Yeah,
Total tubes.
double tubes, brah. All right,
Okay.
ride the wave out there, guys. Okay, like, woo! You guys out there, take care of us.
I need a keyboard.
Take care of each other. We're all each other has. We'll see you on the next one.
Mwah.
See you guys.
I wish I had that. I shouldn't have deleted Mitch. I could have been like, "Rawr. I'm your buddy.
Everybody. That's terrible.
I'm your buddy.
No, you're not, Mitch. Leave me alone.
You don't like it? Asshole.